Welcome back to the Pigeon Tarot story time. Hopefully this is helpful, or at least can put you to sleep. I don't know. Today we are on the Pentacles. Pentacles is a difficult suit. And I think one thing we need to realize about the Pentacles is that it's not specifically money and finances. And we need to kind of turn away from that a little bit. Though, when we talk about this in my little story time, it will be about kind of gaining wealth, but this is more about like external influences and less about internal influence, right? Physical, material versus, emotional, spiritual. But honestly, if you don't see it yet, hopefully you will see it at the end of this. We need all of these to create balance. All of these suits, right? So here we go. The Pentacles. External, material. What it is we have to gain and give and leave behind. Right? And we're going to discuss this one. This story does go a little bit differently than our previous stories because we are going to look at this pentacle as not so much a little coin, but more like a seed. And I feel like that's a good representation. Here we are handed this little seedling that will bring everything to you that you could want, right? But do you know how to care for it, how to grow it? You start to ask questions. You see how other people take care of the seedling and work out the things that you can do with it. But realize, when you're given this seed, you don't know what to do with it. You have to engage with other people. You have to learn from other people. And that's what's important here. We can't just plant it and hope it grows. I mean, you can, but will it be successful? So you look towards others who have had success with their seeds. You try to get help from them to help you grow it, learn from them. But you may not want to share in the profit that may come from that growing. So instead of learning for yourself, you instead try to take that knowledge that someone else has given you and you try to build off of it. But that may not be the most profitable way about going at that about things. You're cutting ties with those people that you set out to work with so that you can do it on your own, so that you can gain those profits all on your own. This is where we get a little bit greedy. And greed leads to ruin. This doesn't work for you. Your own greed and need to do it yourself has left you without any profit or any growth. And you realize that the way you've been doing things was not helping to further your own personal goals. You realize you should have been more grateful toward the help you were receiving before. You need to be receptive and appreciate what others have offered you. And now you know you need to change how you're doing things. You know where you should be investing your time. It's not just about using someone else's abilities to further your own. You have to put in your own energy. You have to put in your own work towards what it is that you want to grow if you want to receive profit. Now you turn your attention towards furthering your own skills, preparing and applying yourself. You are doing the hard work, and your hard work will make you feel better about your success. You will see what you have gained and that it goes beyond just profit. You gained skills, you gained an entire way of life, and it wasn't without some help from someone else. And now that you have built something better for yourself, something that reaches beyond the scope of just yourself, you learn practicality, you learn selflessness, and you learn that what you build goes even further than you. You have built an entire legacy. So we learn that we cannot just fake it, right? We can't just stand on someone else's shoulders. We actually have to work things out. We have to learn, and we have to put in the time and work in order to receive that profit, and then realize that it was not all about us and our greed and our need for money. It's about this entire empire that we want to build for ourselves. And eventually, down the line, when we're long gone, what we have learned, what we have gained, will be useful towards someone else in their journey. It's almost like learning selflessness. Because when we needed it most, someone helped us out. And then finally, the story of the reversed pentacles. You may find comfort in the possessions that surround you, but prosperity does not mean that you have everything. You might pretend that everything is okay, take part in enjoyment that surrounds you, but are you truly happy? You may find little value in everything else and put too much importance on objects that truly are not that important. But in doing so, you only keep yourself from what might truly bring you happiness. When everything you have is invested into the physical, you only live through artificial means and create more unease and certainty in your life. You see that you have been wasteful in your efforts and put too much into those things that don't matter. Everything that you felt so secure in only brings further unease, and everything you built feels like it is collapsing. That insecurity fills you with jealousy, want, and greed, and you have some idea that these things will fix your problems, but all of that is an illusion on the outside to cover up the problems within. In spite of it all the efforts, all the prudence, it won't ever be enough. The material things you hold dear will continue to bring stress and anxiety to you. It's a never-ending cycle. And you may start to lose your sense of direction in it all. You'll question why you are doing what you're doing. What is all of your work for? Sure, you have a lot to show externally, but internally you are a mess, overtaken by greed and want and by your own vanity. You may realize that you put all your faith into the wrong things. You are left with no emotional connection, only the continued push to keep surviving and keep building for no reason. You may have tricked others into thinking that you have it all, but have you convinced yourself? Remember that if you build everything up purely on the material, there is always a chance that you can lose it all. Maybe you continue to live off what you've earned. Maybe you lose all of your wealth. So think, what is important at the end of your life? If you have no legacy to leave behind, if you have destroyed all other connections in your life for your own physical pursuits, was it worth it? The story of the Pentacles is difficult because you need money to survive. And all you can really do is keep doing everything that you can to gain so that you can survive. But don't forget that there's other things in life as well. Balance, again, is the message that we all need, right? Between the physical, between the spiritual, between the emotional. Balance. Because if we go all in on just one of these suits of cards, right? It's not going to bring us happiness. And here we have, look, all this hard work that we have put in, all this emotion that we have shared, and yeah, eventually, our life will end. But through it, it will continue to live beyond us. Our legacy. That's what it's all about. That is the end of our story of the suits. I hope y'all have enjoyed. If not, tell me that you did and make me happy. I don't know. Thank you so much, and I will see y'all again.